But now it's become Jon versus Tom would be the biggest fight ever at the White House. And even Dana has talked about it, that would be the wish list.
Donald Trump mentioned that he wanted to have a fight at the White House. And so I'm back.
Do you want me to be honest?
Please.
It has spent 0 seconds in my mind.
Okay. That's it.
That's it. I'm not interested, mate. Not interested. And the world shouldn't be interested either, because what's the point? It's just false hope.
What about just you at the White House? Forget about him. Does that interest you?
Not particularly. It doesn't not interest me. Really interest me, to be honest. I feel like the Americans should get the shot at the White House. Trump and the political stance in America doesn't really bother me at all, to be honest. So yeah, I'm not really like a big Trump supporter, or I'm not against Trump. Like, I don't know anything about American politics. I'm not American. I don't live there. I don't reside there. Really, all of that stuff just is irrelevant to me, to be honest with you.
Jon Jones, Donald Trump. The White House and the most avoided man in the UFC heavyweight division. It sounds like the plot to a bad Hollywood movie, but it's real. And Tom Aspinall just slammed the door on it in the most savage way possible. While Jones dreams of a patriotic comeback in front of the president, Aspinall isn't just saying no, he's saying who cares?
Now it's become Jon versus Tom would be the biggest fight ever at the White House. And even Dana has talked about it, that would be the wish list. Is that something that you even think about?
Do you want me to be honest?
Please.
It has spent 0 seconds in my mind. That's it. I'm not interested, mate. Not interested. And the world shouldn't be interested either, because what's the point? It's just false hope.
And it's one of the scariest feelings. It's being sat in that arena and you're getting your hands wrapped and you can hear the roar of the crowd like it's shaking the walls. You are scared to get in there. And you know that somewhere else in that arena is somebody else getting their hands wrapped as well. There's another guy in here going through the same thing as me. And we don't know each other. And we're just going to go in there, just going to meet in the middle in front of millions of people and just fight. And one of us is probably going to be separated from our consciousness. Only one of us is going to make it. There's 2 of us, because we're supposed to be all alpha male. Like, I will openly speak about how scared I am when I fight. Whether it's Jon Jones or somebody else, I'm going to look him in the eye and I'm going to be like, I'm fucking scared, but I'm coming for you. I'm trying to knock everybody out, but I'm scared of every single person. But that fear makes me super sharp. It's the most unpredictable sport in the world.
Here's the setup. The UFC wants to throw a mega event at the White House for America's 250th birthday. Jon Jones, who retired after UFC Baku, suddenly re-enters the USADA pool, hinting at one more fight. The stage is set for a historic main event, USA's GOAT versus the British wrecking machine, Tom Aspinall. But remember how long Jon avoided him before? Over 550 days as interim champ, the longest in UFC history, all because Jones wouldn't sign.
Will there ever be a Jon Jones Aspinall fight?
More than likely, no. I think the only way that we do it is if Dana and Hunter give me a check that really changes my mind.
Got it.
Really changes everything. That's the only way. I want it to be really, really worth my while. He's a great challenge. I get the hype that's behind him. I just don't see a reason to do it.
I'm not really worried about the Tom fight. I'm really worried about the Pereira fight. That's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And I think if the UFC wants to have me back, then I think that's the fight they'll make. I've been really clear about my intentions. That's what I want. And I mean, I just feel like anybody would understand at this point. Like, you know, I'll retire the heavyweight belt if I have to. It's like, dude, give the guy what he wants at the end of the day, you know? And I'm not talking to Dana directly. I feel like I'm at a place now where, you know, like I want to take what I find to be super fights. I don't want to fight dangerous up and comers anymore. I want to fight dangerous, established champions. So Tom can have the heavyweight championship. I don't really care about it. That my bio doesn't lie in belts anymore. I've created something much bigger. I want Pereira.
Dana was in here and he said that he would really like not to make the Pereira fight, but if you and Alex did hound him, he would consider it. But he said that realistically, that's not a fight he wants to see because he thinks your skills with the wrestling and the size would sort of outweigh what Pereira has to offer. I'm curious what you think about Dana's take on that.
Man, styles mix matchups, and I'm sure Pereira's knocked out many heavyweights in his day. I mean, he has a knockout power that transcends, like, it's bigger than weight. Prayer is special. And for me, it'd just be worth my while fighting against Pereira. You know, people can call me a duck and a chicken. I'm going to go home and cash a massive check. And so the duck and chicken thing is kind of funny. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. And if it doesn't line up, then professing my love for Jesus in front of everybody tonight and telling the world how proud I am to be an American champion, and fighting in front of my president, man, if that was my last fight ever, then I'm cool with that. That was the way to do it. I did the Donald Trump. That was the way to do it, man. So, I think one of the really good things about negotiating is being willing to walk away from a deal. And, that's the deal that I want. And if that's not what the fans want, then I guess I'll say sayonara.
Now Jones is waving the flag. But Aspinall? He's waving him goodbye when asked about fighting. Jon Jones at the White House, Aspinall, didn't even pretend to be polite. Quote, "It's just boring. It has spent 0 seconds in my mind. I'm not interested, and the world shouldn't be either, ouch." And then he twisted the knife saying, Americans should get the shot because he's not American and Trump's politics mean absolutely nothing to him. Instead of chasing Jones, Aspinall is locked in on UFC 321 defending his belt in Abu Dhabi against France's Ciryl Gane. And that's where the real bad blood is. Aspinall has accused Gane of ducking him multiple times. Gane's coach Fernand Lopez fired back, calling Aspinall a liar and saying he's under immense pressure. Now that Jones is gone, Aspinall didn't hold back. With all due respect, his opinion is irrelevant. Then he reminded everyone pressure is exactly where he thrives. Aspinall says he's not the gym's best guy until the lights turn on, then he becomes something else. Some fighters choke under pressure. Aspinall elevates. That's his secret weapon. And with his father, Andy, building a heavyweight super camp in the UK, plus new boxing coach Stipe Dervis sharpening his hands, Ciryl Gane might be in for a nightmare. So here's the million-dollar question: is Aspinall ducking Jones? Or is he simply refusing to waste his prime waiting for a fight that may never happen? Some fans call it respect for his career. Others call it a missed opportunity. But one thing's certain, whether it's Gane in Abu Dhabi or Jones in Washington, Tom Aspinall is carving his own path, and he's not asking permission. Jon Jones wanted a White House coronation. Tom Aspinall just sent him packing. So I'll leave it to you, should Aspinall give Jones one last dance? Or has the Jon Jones era officially ended?